Iman Shumpert appears extremely displeased with Teyana's new romance with actor Aaron Pierre. Ever since their relationship became public, he has shown clear signs of discontent and frustration. Meanwhile, Teyana seems to be embracing a new beginning with her partner, a refreshing change after enduring years of emotional hardship. Their previous marriage ended in a bitter, dramatic breakup that captured the attention of many people. When Teyana chose to leave Iman, she initially tried to present the separation as a calm and mutual decision, insisting that they had simply grown apart over time. However, once the legal battle began, everything quickly turned chaotic and unpredictable. Iman wasted no time in shifting the blame onto Teyana, demanding in court that she return every gift he had given her over the years. These items were far from trivial. They included valuable pieces of jewelry, a luxurious condominium, and other significant belongings that symbolized the long and complicated history they once shared. Not stopping at reclaiming physical possessions, Iman also sought a portion of the money earned from Teyana's music projects, works she had created before their lives even intertwined. In standard divorce settlements, only the assets and income accumulated during the marriage are divided, so his request was seen by many as entirely unreasonable. This added even more fuel to an already intense fire of conflict. The atmosphere in the courtroom was charged with high emotions, and it soon became evident that both sides were more interested in settling old scores than reaching a fair and balanced agreement. Many observers believed that Iman's actions were driven by deep bitterness and a desire for revenge rather than any genuine need for justice. His efforts to secure full custody of their children led to unsettling reports, suggesting that his main goal was to punish Teyana for moving on, rather than focusing on the well-being of their kids. Even after the divorce was finalized, the repercussions of their split did not simply vanish. The public and media continued to closely examine every detail of their lives, keeping the drama alive. While Teyana has now started a fresh chapter with Aaron Pierre, Iman has found it difficult to let go of the past. His repeated attempts to reopen old wounds and rehash previous conflicts have maintained a constant spotlight on his actions. Many fans have come to admire Teyana for her courage and strength in seeking happiness after so many years of turmoil, while Iman's behavior is widely seen as evidence of lingering jealousy and unresolved anger. Rumors abound that he might even be using ongoing legal disputes as a tool to keep battling Teyana. His possible attempts to modify custody arrangements appear to be motivated less by a desire to protect their children and more by an intention to cause further emotional suffering for her. This entire saga illustrates how deeply personal issues can transform into public spectacles, especially in today's celebrity-driven world. Every legal maneuver, every public statement, and every decision made in the courtroom is scrutinized and debated by fans and media outlets alike. The constant attention has raised important questions about fairness and the influence of personal feelings on legal outcomes. Many worry that when decisions are fueled by anger and jealousy, the consequences extend far beyond the individuals involved, affecting entire families and shaping public opinion about similar disputes in the future. As Teyana moves forward and builds a new life with Aaron Pierre, the memories of her past with Iman still linger in the background. Iman's ongoing attempts to reopen old issues suggest that he remains trapped in his own bitterness and is unwilling to let go of previous grievances. This situation serves as a reminder of the importance of releasing old grudges and moving forward. Ultimately, Teyana and Iman have chosen very different paths. Teyana is striving toward a hopeful future filled with possibilities, while Iman continues to cling to the resentment of what once was. Their case stands as a powerful example of how unresolved emotions can seep into every area of life, urging all those involved to seek closure and healing so that they may finally experience peace. While Iman was already spending $88,000 each month to support his 2 daughters, about $4,000 for each child, he still had the nerve to ask the court to lower his payments. Although that sum might seem large to many, in the world of show business, it is considered modest when compared to the huge amounts that flow around in the industry. Even though he disbursed a considerable amount for child support, Iman argued that he should not be forced to pay what he believed was too high a sum. He pointed out that his income was much lower than Teyana's, claiming that she earned roughly $93,587 a month before taxes, nearly double his estimated $47,118. Based on this difference, he maintained that paying $8,000 per month was too steep. Teyana's legal team, however, was quick to challenge his claims. They presented a large number of receipts and financial documents to the court that clearly showed Iman spent far more than the $8,000 he was being asked to pay. The records revealed that his monthly personal expenses reached about $112,500. This figure included extravagant spending such as over $14,000 on high-end dining, more than $144,000 on projects related to his podcast, and roughly $6,000 on video and music production. Other reports even noted that in 1 month, he spent close to $110,500 on meals and incurred travel expenses of around $19,000 while commuting between major cities for work. These details paint a picture of a man who, despite his child support responsibilities, led an extremely lavish lifestyle. In her lawsuit, Teyana did not hold back in explaining why she had been considering divorce long before any official action took place. She described years of troubling behavior from Iman, saying his actions had gradually eroded their relationship even before they tied the knot. Teyana accused him of unfaithfulness that began before their wedding and continued throughout their marriage, including during important times when she was expecting their children. Matters became even more serious when she claimed that Iman sent pictures of himself with their young daughter to several women, an act that deeply hurt her. Trying to shift blame, Iman suggested that Teyana had been unfaithful as well. However, she firmly rejected this accusation, stating that she never cheated while they were together. According to her, any new relationship only started after they had legally separated, a fact her attorney stressed to show that she remained loyal despite his repeated betrayals. The entire dispute over money and personal conduct reveals a deeper conflict of values and priorities. Iman's plea to reduce his payments seemed like an effort to avoid his responsibilities, even though his extravagant spending clearly demonstrated that his financial resources were more than enough to cover the support he was required to pay. Teyana built her case not just on financial numbers, but also on a long list of personal betrayals that led to the collapse of her marriage. She provided clear accounts of Iman's unfaithfulness, especially during moments when trust was needed most, and these stories struck a chord with everyone who followed the proceedings. By bringing these issues to light, she wanted the court to see the full extent of the problems that had weakened their relationship. She meticulously recorded every financial mistake and every act of disloyalty, using this evidence to counter Iman's attempts to downplay his responsibilities. Her aim was to obtain a fair ruling that truly reflected the difficult history they shared. The courtroom became a stage for exposing how personal conduct can affect money matters. Iman lived a life of luxury, spending lavishly on fine dining, media projects, and travel, which stood in sharp contrast to his claims of struggling to pay child support. Meanwhile, Teyana maintained a steady position, and her legal team presented undeniable proof that she was fighting for justice after years of hurt and betrayal. Her detailed documentation showed that when self-indulgence clashes with family duties, the truth is revealed through well-kept records and solid evidence. In the end, this dispute went far beyond a simple financial disagreement. It revealed deeper issues of trust, responsibility, and personal accountability. Iman's push to reduce his payments, despite evidence of his extravagant spending, exposed a clear gap between his public image and his real financial habits. Teyana's thorough approach in detailing every expense and every instance of betrayal served as a strong reminder that both financial and emotional obligations must be taken seriously. This case stands as proof that in matters involving money and personal relationships, honesty and responsibility are essential for a fair and just outcome. This was not the last time Iman was accused of being unfaithful to Teyana. Over the years, his repeated betrayals became so common that it appeared Teyana was left as nothing more than a secondary partner in her own marriage. Iman seemed to be constantly occupied with various other women, as if pursuing extra relationships was his full-time job. Observers soon noticed that his pattern of cheating was not a one-time error, but a consistent behavior known to many. In 2023, a TikTok creator added more fuel to the controversy by acting out a dramatic scene based on a tip she said came from one of Teyana's assistants. Without naming anyone, she described a story about a famous singer whose husband, a former professional basketball player, was infamous for his continuous infidelity. According to the tale, his endless string of affairs broke the singer's heart, so severely that she had to be rushed to the hospital because her heart could not handle the pain. Online viewers quickly put the clues together and began focusing on the issues between Teyana and Iman. The TikTok clip went even further by explaining that the real reason the mysterious woman ended up in the hospital was not merely due to heartbreak, but was caused by an overdose on a powerful drug known as nose candy. This event forced her to cancel a planned performance. Although the video never directly mentioned Teyana or Iman, people soon connected the dots and inferred that the narrative was indirectly about their troubled relationship. A few months earlier, Teyana had posted a picture of herself from the hospital, with a message explaining that after a month of non-stop performances, her body finally gave out from exhaustion. While many understand that artists can push themselves too far and suffer from burnout while on tour, this new video led fans to question Teyana's explanation. Some began to suspect that her health issues were directly caused by Iman's constant cheating, rather than by overwork alone. As doubts grew, the debate on social media became even more intense. In response to the increasing criticism, Teyana turned to Instagram to firmly dismiss the claims made in the video. She called the person who shared the story foolish and insisted that anyone making such accusations must present clear evidence. Repeatedly, she asked, "Where are the receipts? Where is the proof?" and declared that no one could simply fabricate documents to support such dramatic claims. Her response was strong and unwavering. Teyana made it clear that she would not let false stories tarnish her reputation or mislead her fans. Although her words were sharp, she also admitted that she was not entirely free of mistakes. She acknowledged that she might have made errors during their marriage, but maintained that she always did her best to protect their union and care for their children. Throughout those hard times, she stayed alert, constantly fighting off rumors and striving to keep their private life as hidden as possible. Despite her tireless efforts to maintain stability and shield her family from scandal, everything eventually began to fall apart. A new exposé emerged that left Iman with little room to deny the mounting accusations, as a video captured his voice in the background, clearly linking him to the misconduct. At that point, the truth of his actions was undeniable, and he could no longer save face.
She didn't just talk about the situation, she actually posted a picture that left no doubt in anyone's mind. In the photo, she was seen wearing a necklace known to belong to him, making it clear they had met secretly. The image hinted at a private encounter in an unusual place, and it left no room for misunderstanding. Almost immediately, Teyana rushed to support Iman by explaining that their current break was not due to any cheating on either side. According to her, they had decided to take some time apart, and infidelity was not the reason behind their separation. Despite living in different homes, they continued to work together in raising their 2 children. Teyana shared part of their private conversation because the wild rumors online were growing too extreme, and she wanted to set the record straight, so that everyone would receive fair treatment. The evidence was as clear as daylight, leaving Iman no chance to avoid the issue. A quick internet search would reveal his long history of similar scandals, so he knew he could not simply remain silent. Instead, he chose to blame Teyana for the problems. In his version, he accused her of having a violent temper. He recalled a time when he was quietly relaxing at home with his headphones on, playing his video game, when suddenly Teyana began striking him. He even mentioned that his experience working with special education students had taught him a method of calming them with a tight embrace, a tactic he claimed he used when things got heated. After the disturbance, he said he cried out for help and then went upstairs to join his family. Teyana, however, would not let his story go unchallenged. She provided a detailed account of how Iman had treated her and their children with cruelty. She explained that he was deeply insecure about her growing fame and felt threatened by her success, even though he enjoyed a lucrative career in sports. He disliked being around when she was in the spotlight, often complaining when photographers tried to capture her best moments. Moreover, Teyana revealed that his insecurities spilled over into their private messages, where he frequently sent demeaning and controlling texts whenever she received public attention. Her story continued as she described how Iman would deliberately start arguments, even on important days like her birthday. After each outburst, he would offer apologies, but the cycle of conflict never ceased. Teyana argued that his behavior stemmed from his own deep-seated self-doubt and a touch of narcissism. By sharing her experience, she made it clear how many sacrifices she had made to preserve their fragile relationship. She admitted that in order to keep their family together, she had to dim her own light and hold back her ambitions, hoping that her efforts would bring stability. Later on, Teyana recalled that Iman had pushed for them to reunite, but his erratic actions led to yet another scandal of cheating. His unpredictable behavior brought further shame and humiliation. Even with all of these challenges, Teyana fought hard to hold the family together while enduring his relentless emotional abuse. When his basketball career was winding down, she used her connections to help him land roles in Hollywood, but his constant bickering only worsened the situation. In 2021, the tension grew so high that she began divorce proceedings. Although they briefly reconciled, the peace was short-lived as his insecurity continued to dominate their interactions, ultimately tearing them apart for good. According to court records from 2022, Teyana said she increasingly felt manipulated and dominated by Iman. That year, she even filed for divorce, only for her lawyers to withdraw the filing the very next day. Later, she admitted that by January of the previous year, she finally gathered the courage to end their marriage for good because she could no longer handle the constant emotional roller coaster. Iman's repeated insistence on reuniting only brought more chaos and led to another scandal of cheating. His ongoing betrayals turned him into a constant source of shame for Teyana. Despite all her efforts to maintain a steady home life, his actions kept pushing them further apart. Once the divorce was finalized, they began living separate lives. Iman soon appeared with several different women, though it is unclear whether any of those relationships were serious. His past behavior shows that he tends to have many short-lived flings rather than lasting, meaningful connections. In contrast, Teyana kept her personal life very private, focusing on her work and the well-being of her children. That all changed when she was spotted with Mr. Mwasa, a well-known figure who appears to be genuinely serious about her. Unlike before, when she tried to hide her romantic life, she is now open about her new love. The pair first appeared together publicly at an event called the 15% Pledge Program. Just a few days later, they were seen side by side at the American Black Film Festival Gala. Their outings were very public, and it was obvious that they were comfortable and confident in each other's company. Onlookers remarked that they looked great together, exuding an effortless energy that many associate with a strong, united couple. Their undeniable chemistry was showcased even more during a recent ceremony when Iman received a Rising Star Award. At that moment, he shared a warm, heartfelt embrace with Teyana that went far beyond a mere congratulatory hug. That gesture left no room for doubt about their connection. In that instant, any lingering questions about their bond were answered. Teyana's decision to step into the spotlight with Mr. Mwasa and Iman's open display of affection marked a new chapter in both of their lives. It is clear that, despite the hardships and past betrayals, each has chosen to move forward. Teyana's openness about her new relationship stands in stark contrast to the turbulent history she shared with Iman, showing how much she has grown and how determined she is to reclaim her happiness. Her story reflects the struggle of breaking free from a painful past and rebuilding a life based on respect and genuine care. Even though the records show a period of control and manipulation that once defined their union, Teyana has now embraced a fresh start. Her journey from enduring constant emotional ups and downs to finding a supportive, loving relationship is a reminder that personal strength and the courage to seek change can lead to a better, more fulfilling future.